I'm Shane Smith.
I'm Gavin McInnes.
I'm Suroosh, Alvi.
We're Vice Magazine, and we're moving to New York City!
You didn't do it me.
Woo! Me!
Just put it right here.
For you guys?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to be happy in the new place.
I'm gonna miss this house.
So many memories. Believe it.
We're off to a new house.
Okay.
Why don't you try putting that photo on top, that picture on top of the photo?
You know, they always say you shouldn't get involved in business with friends. We weren't friends before we started. Gavin and Shane were, but I wasn't friends with them. We became friends through the business that we were doing together. Now I consider them to be my tightest friends.
So good.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Well, Gavin, Suroosh, and I have always been insanely close.
I've known Shane since I was 12. I met him, I was a little bourgeois preppy kid, and him and his brother were these tough, cool downtown punk rocks, and they told me about girls and where the G-spot is and everything.
And then we told Gavin about how to have sex all night. He'd never had sex. And my brother at this time was like the sexual mechanic, so he's like, the G-spot's here.
I guess in a way I was a bit threatened in the beginning, but not for long. We're pretty hard. We've turned into not greedy or money-grubbing types, but I think we're really affected by the spirit of capitalism at this point in our lives. Take out the stars in front, and his last name. I'm at this stage in my life where it's been 4 or 5 years in Montreal building something up, and we're in Urban Culture magazine. It's time to go to the mecca of it. New York is where it's happening. It's a cliche, but it's true.
Then she said that they were going to have people come to our offices and our houses today and help pack the really fragile stuff.
Suroosh started a newspaper called Voice of Montreal, first issue. And then I said, I'd like to do cartoons for him.
And so from the very first issue, he got involved.
Dr. Doom is in the room.
And by the second issue, I asked him to be the assistant editor.
But it can't be more than a meg.
And Gavin had told me before Shane came, this guy, he has a lot more experience in selling stuff than we do, and he might be good. And so we talked to Shane about coming on board.
So if we're going to New York on Sunday night, we have got to... What?
Is that the mock-up?
Jumping forward in time, when we did leave the old publishers, and when Voice turned to Vice, I had to make a decision that would be for the good of the magazine. Either we could, I could be the boss and they would check out at 5 o'clock and I would work till midnight, or we could all work collectively till 10 p.m. every night. And that's what we did, and we became 3 times as powerful.
Well, Vice magazine right now has become the most popular streetwear mag in North America. Everybody who's coming up in the fashion world basically uses Vice as its tool to get out there. We also do a lot of music, again, indie music, and then we have our over-the-top stories.
Well, I would do like Interview with a Potato, for example, or Interview with God, or most of the attitude of Vice really is this irreverent stupidity. It sounds goofy, but when you're 28, it's hard to think like a 16-year-old irreverent retard.
The youth of North America know Vice. Vice is a household name to them. Everybody else doesn't know us, which is great. We love it that way because, you mentioned our name to anyone over 30 and they go, Vice, never heard of it. Whereas anyone under, 20 is like, Vice, freaking out. So we could say we're revolutionary and we're the newest thing and we're the best thing ever to come alive. But in reality, we're the new generation's Rolling Stone.
That's the guy in...
Our editor, Robbie, he said that I'm the glue that holds it all together. And in a way, it's true.
He looks like
as far as personality goes, Gavin's, and I guess they're a lot more extroverted than I am. And we couldn't have three loud extroverts, you know? Someone's got to balance it out.
I'm kind of the resident goof, though.
Why?
Well, I'm sort of the maniac, you know? Madman in a cage, I like to see myself as.
Hello, it's Kiki. I'm just kidding.
I'm kind of like the hillbilly who's kind of like the Beverly Hillbillies. I'm just wide-eyed going, really? You want to do that? Ding, 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 ding. You want to give me money? Ding, 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 ding. You know, like.
Suroosh, we're sorry. Hey.
There's an equilibrium that exists between the three of us that makes it work, that provides the chemistry, the formula for success. And I'm not sure what it is about my own personality or their individual personalities, but all we know for sure is that collectively, the three of us are pulling something off.
Now, Montreal is a very unique town in that it's irreverent, it's stupid, it's fun. There's a priority of fun above everything else. And in Montreal, it's all about getting drunk, having fun, having sex. There's something sort of lackadaisical about Montreal that I think is a big part of the magazine.
We own Montreal.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem. For a while now at this point, and
Here, you just walk up. You walk into any club. You don't pay for entrance. You don't pay for drinks. People coming up. Everyone's like, Vice is the best thing. Vice is the best. Oh, it's Vice. Vice is. Shout outs from the Vice in the house, you know.
Adam goes, "Can we leave? My cheeks are killing from smiling."
And, you know, you walk down the street when you're walking down Sunrise, you know, high fives, and everyone's like, yo, Vice, you know, yes, you know.
Things got comfortable for us here in Montreal. Things have been really sweet. We're living like kings, like I said before. And the key to our success has always been to be the underdog, to have a struggle in front of us.
Hi, I'm calling about the loft that you have listed, the one on Prince Street, just off of Hester. Is it still available? No, eh?
And like we're 60,000 copies. I think there's about 30,000 in Canada now. And I don't know if there's 30,000 cool people in Canada. Like, I think every cool person and their friend has one, and their friend is asking what this and this means.
Hey Max, it's Gavin. I'm just calling about the loft in Brooklyn. Sorry to keep bugging you. I just want to make sure it goes down. Call me back.
It's getting to the point now where being a 28-year-old freak in Montreal is hard work. But there, it's normal. I can go, everything's vegetarian. I can go to vegetarian. I can get, like, I was there 2 weeks ago. I was getting tofu McNuggets from the 7-Eleven. You know, if I was too hungry. Here you can't get vegetarian frozen food.
Here we're finished. Vice in Canada is done. We're never going to get any more successful than we are. So there's, you know, we're done. There's no challenge. New York, we're nothing. You have to start all over again.
We're trying to put out this issue on the 20th, but then we have 10 days to pack up, find a place, sell all this stuff, and get down there.
Bye, Montreal.
Little card?
Oh, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
2 seconds. Hi. Look, this is the deal. We're moving to New York right now, and our office manager is gone, and Chris is on vacation. I'm the publisher, but I have no clue what this is all about.
New York's the kind of place where if things don't go well, you can start spiraling downward very quickly.
And can I ask about immigration papers?
And I felt kind of being crushed because I was like, I have to have an apartment by Friday, I have to, and I couldn't get it. I put all this pressure on myself to sign a lease by Friday and realized if I'm going to sign, it's going to be $1,500 US on a tiny closet. And just said, all right, I'm going to give myself more time to do that. It's pure chaos right now. So the idea of feeling sentimental about leaving this town is just not an option.
Great movie.
I'm scared of being poor there, or having to be poor. Or another brutal nightmare would be having to move back, coming back here with our tails between our legs. I mean, I would never do that, even if I had to. I'd move to Bavaria or something and become a potato farmer.
They don't want no compliments.
I mean, it's hard to convey to you, but if you're in the business, it just sort of feels that way. We're sort of sliding towards it. We're getting calls from New York saying, I'm feeling this, in LA, saying, you got to send more copies here. And at the same time, we're getting calls from Calgary going, we do not want this in our store. I do not know why you're sending it here. You know, I got this call from Hamilton the other day. Apparently these kids got caught shoplifting and they had vices on them. And she was saying, you people should be shut down. Your company should be closed. And just hangs up, this angry mom. And I sort of feel like that's part of the Canadian mentality.
1,000 one-night stands wafting up. Jasmine, Susan, ooh, Jackie.
You can't really sell a Canadian magazine. Canadian and big money, it doesn't really mesh.
My band is playing a tour in California, starting the 1st. So I actually have to go down to New York, make sure I have an apartment, fly back here, arrange all the move, fly to LA, play the tour, fly back to New York, and then, you know, move in.
Now, isn't there a problem with you being in LA while everyone moves your stuff? No. They're moving, aren't they picking up everything tomorrow?
Oh yeah, but it'll all be packed and ready to go. I'll just have somebody there with the keys, and to move it, like I'll pay them $100 or something.
All right.
I never really get that excited. I mean, everyone's like, ooh, you know, are you getting excited, or are you freaking out or whatever? And no, because it just means work. Am I like the worst? Am I far behind everybody else? Really, everybody else is ready to go. Like, what do you get so excited about work? Hey, it's Monday, 9 o'clock. You got a lot of work to do all week. Are you excited? No. But I'm gonna go to LA to play the shows, then back to New York, then to Costa Rica, then back to Toronto for a month, and this is all I can have for a month. I'll be excited when I'm there. I love New York. It's the best city in the world. And I'm not as far along as everybody else because my toilet flooded last night.
And the other deal is, we've got to get rid of all this furniture. A, I don't want Paul to have it all. And B, if we could get rid of it today, it would be so much easier to deal with.
What furniture is left?
Everything. The couches, all that stuff in my end room.
Why don't we just put the couches where we found them?
Yeah, but that's a huge job. To move all those couches would take us all day. If we give them away, then we don't have to deal with them. So I put a sign out back that says, free stuff upstairs.
I fall asleep with my mind racing at 3 in the morning, sleep hard for about 9 hours, and wake up exhausted after having bad dreams all night long. And it's been like that for a week. So, and I attribute it to all this stuff going on. But at the same time, we're punk rock. We're not afraid.
Ça là, pas lui. Ici, il est seulement le PlayStation, puis ça, puis la télévision. Et la chaise. Hey, Josine, how are you? Oh, I'm all right, but my friends are in a bit of a predicament. But they're saying, look, this is a 12-hour job. We'd be done at 4 in the morning. And I said, well, can you at least load up this apartment, like the vice office in my house, and we'll deal with Suroosh and Shane later. And they seemed all right with that. But you put just
I'm kind of glad I'm leaving, really. I sort of feel like I've burnt so many bridges here. And maybe it's something you do when you move. You start sort of hating the town and being more of a prick, and you start burning bridges. Just maybe it's subconscious, so you won't miss it. Unless you want to settle down, you sort of grow out of a town. So maybe I'll be wrong after I move to New York, and it's always hard to move to a new place, but I really feel like Montreal is finished. It's a fait accompli.
Hey, Suroosh, pack all your stuff. Yeah, because you're just going to slow everything down. They're already going to be working till like 5 in the morning. Yeah, it's not that organized, Suroosh. Everything is mixed in together.
Even if we don't get apartments or an office or work papers, we'll do it illegally. We're prepared. We're going either way. Either we go home and live with our parents again, or we just throw ourselves into it and hope for the best.
So there's a Manhattan skyline. It's funny how easy everything is to recognize, eh? Rotten apple. I got it. We all got places. I'm in Brooklyn, Shane's in Manhattan, Suroosh is living in a former scooter repair shop.
We're willing to give up hair and get herniated ulcers or whatever, but it has to be well.
The worst thing that could happen would be one of us falls ill, one of us gets sick with something more serious than a cold.
Suroosh, tell me where we are.
We're in my new place.
We're in a disaster.
We're standing on wet paint, and we're trying to remove a fluorescent bulb that fell down while we were out on wet paint.
And, you know, there's signs of it already. It takes its toll. Shane's got some kind of an ulcer. Gavin had these weird, like, hives on his back, and I'm losing my hair. And yesterday, Shane was seeing stars, and, you know, we thought he was going to have to go to the hospital. And I talked to him last night, and he said, if it was something serious, I was out the door. I'm not in this to be dead at the age of 29 or 30. Here it is, the truck. It's arrived 3 hours late, and everyone's freaking out because there's no parking permit. The guys are really exhausted. They were driving around Manhattan for about 3.5 hours, and they don't want to unload anything until they get paid or something like that. And they want to leave everything here. They don't want to take Gavin's stuff to Brooklyn. My stuff has to come here now. It's all here.
Holy fuck, it's chaos.
The way I look at Vice is it's exactly like a band. For years and years and years, they're out there trying to make, you know, a hit or a song or a name or anything. And then finally it hits. And there's two things that happen when you get a deal, let's say, for a band. Either you go on and you become a huge success, and people listen to your music for years and years, and you can be sitting in a laundromat, you know, 20 years from now doing your laundry, and that your music will be playing. It's sort of your indelible, you know, mark. When you get this major label deal, all of a sudden the money comes, people start freaking out, all of the tensions from the years of playing basements and whatever, and then you break up. And 90% of times, when a band gets a major label deal, they crack, and that's why they fail.
My biggest fear is that Shane's gonna leave. He wants to get to, you know, his serene existence happening a lot sooner than Gavin and I do.
Hello? Hey. I'm good. Where are you right now? You're in Toronto? And when are you coming to New York?
I know he's not going to leave tomorrow. I know he's going to leave when it's time for him to leave, and I just hope it's not too premature.
Okay. But. Yeah. He's in Toronto right now.
But you realize you can't spend 24 hours a day, you know, together with someone, or it's going to destroy not only the friendship but the company and everything. And now, in fact, we're better friends because of it, because, you know, it's, again, you're not like 16 where you can spend 24 hours a day with someone with no ramifications. You know?
I think we're all scared to a point that most people would be moving to a new big city. But there's no reason why it would fail. It's really, it's like graduating from university. It has to happen. It's nothing to be that concerned about.
This is insane. Not exactly a shitty office.
I would hate to see us go to New York and get really caught up in it and forget about the bigger goals.
I'm not about to complain. This is Manhattan and it's 10,000 square feet. It's perfect.
About enjoying life, being happy, having, you know, a family. Not that those guys do, but I do.
It's easy if you want it.
You know, the most important thing at the end of the day is that we're healthy, we're alive, and we're happy. And if any one of those things disappears because of New York, that would be sad. That'd be a shame.
The thing that I could see happening was we get to New York, we lose our focus, and we start sort of venturing off into the side projects, so much so that we forget the mag, which is the root of our everything.
Maybe that was his plan. On top of
You know, men, we never really confront our emotions, and we make them comply with what the most successful scenario is. So I haven't allowed myself to be concerned about it.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you're scared. It's weird moving. You're ripping your roots up.
We'll probably be the only ones here for the first while.
Just with renovations.
What a mansion, though, eh? We can get a half pipe here, a half pipe over there.
You know, you're walking down the street in a new street, but I hang out in Alphabet City. And I have my rubber boots on and a Burger King hat and a wife beater on my lowrider, like a complete clown. And then there's a guy driving by me dressed exactly the same, like honk honk. Mm. So it's not like we're moving to anywhere weird. I'm not scared of New York. We've been there a lot, and it really feels like home.